Ciryl Gane, the Frenchman trading out the MMA factory in Paris, France, has only had 10 professional MMA fights. But his work in these limited appearances have already established himself as the greatest technical striker in UFC heavyweight history. Now this take could age horribly, considering the man he faces this Saturday night in Anaheim, California. But what is undeniable is the fact that Gane's elite striking is the reason he has worked his way to a title shot and an interim championship in just 7 fights. Gane has seen various styles of strikers throughout his run so far in the UFC, but all of his opponents are yet to win one round against him, let alone the fight. So in today's video, we are going to be breaking down most of Ciryl Gane's fights in the UFC so far. We're not going to do the Pessoa fight, considering Gane just kind of subbed him in the first round. We're going to talk about his different striking levels in each fight. It should be a fun one. And if you are new to the channel, folks, make sure that subscribe button down below for more. We also made a UFC 270 predictions video earlier this week. I'll link that one in the description down below. But now let's get really into breaking all of Gane's fights. So this is the fight where I really noticed how good Ciryl Gane was. It was on a Singapore card. Askren Maya was really early in the morning, considering it is one of those Asia cards. But I think it's the second fight on the main card. Ciryl Gane, Don'Tale Mayes. At this point in time, Don'Tale Mayes has already lost on the Contender Series, but he won a couple fights after losing the Contender, and he worked his way back up to the UFC after getting not just one more shot in the Contender Series, actually 2 of them. So Mayes won both of his next appearances in the Contender Series, and they were like, yeah, you want to fight Ciryl Gane? So here's what happened. Let's go break down this fight. Unfortunately, I don't want to get my channel taken down, so we're just going to be using screenshots and not the actual fight film, but it should be decent. So here we go. We're here at the Mayes fight, and Ciryl Gane does so well. He switches stances a lot in his fights, and it's not like, I believe John Anik said this in one of his fights, Gane's only offensive when he's in southpaw. No. Gane throws a lot. Orthodox southpaw, he'll throw everything at you, and you see the start of here, this Mayes fight. Again, Gane throwing a lot of southpaw already, working the body immediately against Don'Tale Mayes. Really nothing happened for the first 2 minutes of this fight, but now halfway through the first round, look at that. Gane now delivering with the right. So good at that leaning forward strike. What Don'Tale Mayes is doing weird in this fight, throwing a lot of spinning stuff, and even Dan Hardy does say, yeah, Don'Tale Mayes, this isn't his game really, throwing all this spinning stuff. He's trying to match the power, I would say, with Gane, even though Gane doesn't have the most power, and I'll be the first to say that here at heavyweight, but there, a really nice right lands there for Gane. Mayes tries to respond with the left of his own, but Gane's head movement is so good, getting out the way of strikes. He'll avoid that. Later on in the fight, Gane throws this really nice back leg kick here, body kick. Lands right on Mayes right here, as you're going to see. 2 minutes left here in this first round, but Gane already working the body effectively, as Mayes really has struggled to put up any offensive strikes currently. So here you're going to see Gane lifting up the right back foot right here, setting up for a kick. Mayes still high guard right here, and then Ciryl Gane going to come up. You're thinking it's going to be a leg kick. No, it's a front kick right to the face. Really hurts Don'Tale Mayes in this first round. Gane, eventually you're going to see, might have been able to finish Don'Tale Mayes in this first round, but it's a tremendous kick. Anderson Silva and Vitor Belfort-esque right there. So Mayes definitely hurt. Gane goes on the offensive here. You're thinking this is going to be a leg kick right here, but no, Gane raises it. Boom, right to the body. Hurts Mayes again. I mean, it's just a masterful performance so far for Ciryl Gane in this fight. He backs up Mayes, throws a huge overhand right. Again, with 90 seconds left to go in the round, he's still got time, and he's going to land this right, connecting right on the temple right there. Mayes still hurt in this fight right now. Mayes will sort of recover here, though. He's going to try to go for a right hook. Even though Gane ducks it, he'll come back up top. And again, this is still Gane's 4th MMA fight, which is crazy. Or his 5th now MMA fight, because the Pessoa fight was his 4th. Gonna land a left. It doesn't really land too much, but then the uppercut right after it does land on Don'Tale Mayes. Just a really good first round for Ciryl Gane. Again, Mayes hasn't gotten anything off on his own end. Really stuns Mayes, almost brings him to the ground as well. We've got 30 seconds to go. You're gonna see Mayes try to fire a right of his own. Again, though, Gane's head movement gets him out of that strike right there. There's an uppercut of his own. You can't really see it on the broadcast, but that uppercut does land in real time. And then Gane throws the left over the top, and after that, stuns Don'Tale Mayes. Back into the fence, you can see, Mayes squinting because of that left thrown by Gane. Gane now throws the right against the fence, and this is where Gane got really close to ending this fight. He'll throw a nice lead elbow right there against Mayes. You can see Herb Dean thinking about ending this fight, then he'll throw the left as well. Mayes wants nothing more of this Gane onslaught. Gane throws the right over the top, still 11 seconds to go left in the round. Mayes back against the fence. What will Ciryl Gane do from here? Yeah, he goes flying knee. Look at this. Ciryl Gane throws us a lot in his fights. He lands right on the head of Don'Tale Mayes. It's a perfectly placed knee, knocks down Mayes in the process. Gane, though, with only like 5 seconds left in the round, tries to work his ground and pound. Unfortunately, can't finish the fight in the first round, so Mayes will see the second round, but look at that on the replay. Lands perfectly on Mayes, and that was just the first round. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. That's by far Gane's best round in this fight. That nice push kick, though, here in the second will wobble Mayes. It will bring him down to the ground. Gane really doesn't do much with this positioning right here because it was sort of a slip by Mayes, but you see later on this second round, again, Gane working that push kick to the body of Mayes. It will land one more time. Those hurt, man, and Gane is working it effectively in this fight. So later on in the second round, Gane, still at this point of his career where he's working a lot of his grappling like he did in the Biggie Boy fight, even though later in his career. Nice knee right there by Gane, landing on the head of Mayes. And now we go into the third round. You're gonna see Mayes try to land a question mark kick, which isn't really Don'Tale Mayes' game. Like, that's the only time I've really seen him throw anything like this. I mean, okay, he kind of tries to throw it. Gane, though, sees it all the way, and you're going to see the head movement again. It works. Don'Tale Mayes does not connect on that kick. Gane gets out of the way, and with 4 minutes to go, against Gane still working the body here. Nice push kick to the body of Don'Tale Mayes. Mayes tries to throw his right cross, does not land. Gane gets out the way. Mayes tries to throw the left. Again, Gane using his head movement to get out the way. Gane responds to the left of his own. He sees loading up the uppercut with the right as well, and boom, it lands. It splits the guard of Don'Tale Mayes. And again, it's just a striking masterpiece out of Ciryl Gane in this fight. He'll finish the fight with a couple body kicks, and you know how this one ends. Gane eventually gets him to the ground and finishes him with a heel hook or an ankle lock. Tremendous finish for Ciryl Gane in this fight, beating Don'Tale Mayes by sub, and the striking still looked very good. So about 2 months later, and now we're here for UFC Busan. It is Korean Zombie versus Frankie Edgar. This is the feature fight on the prelims. Ciryl Gane versus Tanner Boser. Tanner Boser doesn't have the most power at 265. He throws a lot of punches and bunches. He'll really try to, out-volume his opponents, and you're going to see how Ciryl Gane now in this fight weathers the storm against Boser compared to his last fight where Don'Tale Mayes really just trying to knock him out with one punch. So you see early in this fight, Ciryl Gane working the body, kicking the legs out of Tanner Boser, but you're going to see Boser here try to unload with a lot of shots. He just doesn't connect anywhere, though. Gane gets out of trouble early, and again, Tanner Boser doesn't land anything. So we're later on here in this first round. You're going to see Tanner Boser try to load up for this leg kick right now, considering Gane's got all of his weight on his front leg, but still, Gane gets there first, lands a really nice body shot, and was it Boser really more, off balance? Probably, but still, it was a really hard punch that does sit down Tanner Boser. Boser pops back up to his feet, but you're seeing how good Ciryl Gane is in his measured approach. So here we go. Boser later on the first round tries to throw a really, long overextending overhand right. It doesn't land. Gane connects with the right of his own, pushes back Tanner Boser, sort of back to the fence, throws the left out there. Now going to load up for this uppercut right here. He's waiting for it, and that one is going to land. Can't really see it just considering how quick Ciryl Gane is, and these screenshots really don't do, the punches that Gane does throw justice, considering he's so quick with his jab. That's the thing you're going to see. The snap jab out of Ciryl Gane is so damn quick. I can't even tell you how quick it is when we're looking at just the screenshots. But here you go right now. Gane's going to throw the right out there and throw the big overhand left afterwards. And now, I don't know if he meant to throw the elbow right there, but it kind of landed. He went for the uppercut, kind of missed, landed an elbow in the process, and now nice left right there by Gane. Just throwing out that quick jab. Going to see the distance Gane's got now in the third round. Going to load up for this knee as you see Tanner Boser trying to duck and throw a punch at the same time, but look at that right there. Ciryl Gane with a really nice knee up the middle, connects, and that's picture perfect right there to Ciryl Gane. But Boser, not giving up, throwing a lot of punches and bunches as well, throws a big right. Later on in this 30C, Boser throws the right, Gane slips out of the way. Now Boser's gonna go on the offense, looking to push Ciryl Gane back. And this is what Gane's gotta avoid against Francis Ngannou, but as long as you don't get hit like he does in this situation against Boser, he's fine. Because look at this, he clears and he's all good. Boser throws about 8 punches in that sequence and doesn't land a single strike. You see this now later on in the round, 90 seconds to go. Gane's still working those knees, and they're landing every single time on the body of Boser. A minute to go. Now this is where Gane really puts on the pressure, throws that right jab. He's loading up, and you saw this in the Don'Tale Mayes fight, and you're gonna see it again. It's gonna be this flying knee back against the fence. When Gane's got his opponent on the defense, this is what he does. When he's got his opponents on the retreat, this is what he does. Boom right here, big flying knee, picture perfect again by Ciryl Gane, le bon gamin, hitting that one. He rides this to unanimous decision. It's a big victory for Gane. He's now 3-0 in the UFC with this 30-27 victory over Tanner Boser. Looking for bigger and better competition. On to the top 15 we go. So it's been over a year. We're here at UFC 256, and Dos Santos and Gane get the starting role here on the main card. It opens up the card, and what JDS does a lot in this fight is Gane throws that really nice high kick to start this fight off and a nice push kick afterwards. But what JDS does a lot in this fight, he winds up a lot and he just keeps swinging, and Rogan brings this up a lot, but it's true. JDS tries to match Gane for power and tries to, overwhelm Gane with his power. This is what he kind of did in the Ngannou fight, did Dos Santos, and even the Curtis Blades fight is something that unfortunately Dos Santos did towards the end of his career. And yes, Dos Santos was on a 5-fight losing streak up to this point, but still, Gane puts on a pretty good performance, and you really see the leg kicks out of Gane really progress in this fight, works the leg kicks really well against Junior, and Junior doesn't really check any of them. Now he works the body, and it's a total domination of Junior Dos Santos. And yeah, JDS does land a short left in the first round, then a huge overhand right afterwards, but he goes back to this left here, more of an overhand left right there. Really tries to load up with that in the second round. Gane gets out the way, and this is sort of the beginning of the end for Junior, because Gane lands this huge leg kick, really stumbles Junior Dos Santos right here. It's the biggest leg kick of the fight by far, and Gane's been really working that throughout this entire fight. You see JDS really feeling the effects of that kick by Gane, and now Gane works that really nice jab, and this is the jab. Again, Junior's chin was not very good at this point of his career. It's his last fight. Really stuns Junior. He backs up against the fence. He doesn't really know where he's at this point. Gane enters with a huge elbow, and then you get this weird circumstance where Dos Santos kind of turns his head. He doesn't know where he's at. That's the problem. So Gane just unloads with another huge elbow. It does kind of hit him in the back of the head. Yeah, but JDS was kind of turning at the time. It was weird because Junior protested immediately. Obviously, Gane wins the fight, but Junior protested immediately. Rogan asked Gane after the fight, did you think you hit him in the back of the head? Gane watches it. He's like, yeah, kinda, but whatever. Gane wins the fight. It's a very good performance. I mean, it's a striking masterclass against a former champion in JDS. Gane remains undefeated, and now let's look to his first ever main event. So here is Gane and Rozenstruik. It's 3 months after Gane finishes Junior Dos Santos at the pay-per-view, and Rozenstruik doesn't do anything in this fight. So for me, honestly, I had to go rewatch this fight. The first time I watched this fight live, wasn't too impressed. I rewatched it again, and I'll be real with you, it's not the most impressive Gane performance, just because Rozenstruik really wasn't willing to engage at all. You're going to see the stuff that Gane does very well in this fight, but it's probably the least impressive out of all of his performances in the UFC. The main thing we got out of this fight was, okay, he can beat an elite level striker in Rozenstruik, who sometimes, is unwilling to pull the trigger, and he went all 5 rounds. I mean, right here, he throws a really nice right hand. It does land on Rozenstruik, but I mean, for all these fights, I wrote down notes on, where was the biggest punch that landed against Gane, because of course he's gonna be fighting Francis Ngannou. You don't want to get caught with any big strikes against Ngannou. In this one, man, Rozenstruik lands one overhand right in the first round. Other than that, he doesn't land another strike. Really huge strike that really lands on Gane. I still am yet to see Gane in huge trouble so far in the UFC, and obviously this wasn't the fight that he got into trouble with. But I mean, Gane's working the kicks well. He throws the really nice short kicks, and he throws the left kick over the top. Again, here, we're in the 3rd round now. Gane out of the orthodox stance. He'll throw a big overhand right. Rozenstruik thinks it's going to the body, but no, it's a huge overhand right. It's probably Gane's, cleanest punch of the entire fight. Lands pretty damn well. And we got 50 seconds left now in the 3rd round. This is probably his best combo of the fight right here, too. So, again, Rozenstruik still playing very defensive on the other side. Gane's going to throw that left hook. It doesn't really completely land, but it's just more of a hook to throw out there. It'll kind of land. You see Rozenstruik backing up more. But after the left that Gane does throw, you see the right coming, lands on Rozenstruik, and then you see him loading up that back leg kick as well. It's a perfect 3-strike combo, the best of the fight by far for Gane. Probably if you want to pick something out of this fight that's improved from the last fight, it is this right here. Amazing. So we're later on now in this 4th round. Again, still not much happening here. You're going to see some of the striking defense from Gane. Rozenstruik tries to unload on a cross, doesn't land. Gane's going to throw this right after. It will land on Biggie Boy. Grazes him right there across the face. I believe we're now going to be heading into the 5th round, or later on the 4th. Gane working the right, sort of lands on that jab right there back in southpaw, and then he'll throw the left right after. This one, though, will connect on Biggie Boy. Rozenstruik, though, unwilling to engage in this fight. Gane wins pretty easily, 50-45 on all 3 judges' scorecards. Dana wasn't too impressed with this performance, but hey, it gets Gane his next fight for a chance at the interim championship. So it's Gane's second straight main event now, and he's taking on a pretty solid fighter in Alexander Volkov. Now, Volkov's real strategy or slash game plan in this fight, a lot of kicking in this fight. Volkov really worked the legs, and you're gonna see like the significant strike numbers at the end of the first round. And Volkov is ahead on the counts, but it's really just a lot of leg kicks working by Volkov. He's backing up for most of the fight, as you see here. Gane early working the body, investing in those body shots. We're gonna see a lot of Volkov with his back up against the fence, and that's what Gane does so well, pushing the opponent's back, setting up his range right here. So we got 2 minutes left in the first round, backing up. You're gonna see what's gonna happen right here. Ciryl Gane, again, the measured approach striking here, back to center, still in that southpaw stance, and boom, right here, front kick right to the face. My goodness. I mean, it's the small things from Ciryl Gane. Connects right on the button right there on Alexander Volkov. It's the first real strike that does land for Ciryl Gane. You see this weird moment where both guys are just kind of smiling at each other. Just had to throw that in there. Volkov's gonna try to throw a push kick, misses. Gane gets out the way of it, goes to his right, sets up right here, still in that southpaw stance, looking. Hits him with the left cross over the top, stuns Volkov for a little bit right there, and that really does it to close out the first. Actually, no, we got a little bit more here, 15 seconds left. See, again, you see the significant strike numbers. Volkov at top right now, but still, Gane working the jab really effectively right now, and then hits him with the left right after as well. It's that 1-2 from Gane from that southpaw stance that really connects a lot against Alexander Volkov in this fight, and he did it a lot in the first round. I think really those two combos at the end of that first did it and got Gane that first round win, even though the first round was very close, but all of the judges scored it, I do believe, for Ciryl Gane. You now look in the second round here. Gane's still in southpaw, working this, again, body kick to Volkov. It keeps landing. You look at the strike numbers. Volkov investing a lot in the legs, just not doing too much though. And again, I know like Volkov technically is winning on strikes right now, but Ciryl Gane does such a good job at getting away and keeping his range against Alexander Volkov, where Volkov really can't land anything too hard on him. And it's not like Gane can't take a punch either. I've seen Gane go in there and take some good punches from some solid guys. You see, Gane just sticking that jab out there. And I said it earlier in this video, the screenshots do not do Ciryl Gane's jab justice. It is so quick, it is so fast. That leg kick from Gane that he throws from the southpaw stance is so quick as well. He just snaps the jab out once more. It's tough for Volkov to really keep up, especially with Volkov now, especially for this fight. He was at 265. It was a really big Alexander Volkov. Volkov throws the hook right here. Gane ducks right out the way of it. And here we go again. You see it one more time. It is, of course, the flying knee, the jumping knee by Gane. Instead, though, kind of kicks him. I don't know, he didn't get all of the knee, kind of kicks Volkov instead. It does the job. Volkov leaning, trying to throw the right. Gane avoids it, gets out the way, sets up now, of course, still in the southpaw stance. Kind of punches him in the body here with this left. Still, though, it sort of lands. And then, of course, coming back over with the right afterwards, keeping Volkov on his heels throughout this entire fight, pushing again Volkov back against the fence, making him do something, because Ciryl Gane is always going to be putting the pace and putting the pressure on all of his opponents. And that's what he's doing to Alexander Volkov right now. This is the same combination too. Now looking for the uppercut right here, and this one is going to land right on the chin. So far in this fight, maybe Gane's best punch landed, and now with 20 seconds left in this third round, Gane working the body kicks again. Now he's going to throw a knee in the fourth round that he's so good at as well. The technical striking from Ciryl Gane is insane. Setting up now again for it here in this fourth round, late in the round. Gane throwing that back body kick as well. As you're going to see, that one is going to land right on the money with a minute to go now in the fourth round. Ciryl Gane is slowly taking over in this fight. I think the only round where, you probably could argue Volkov winning would be the first. I think it was the third. I think some of the commentators said that maybe Volkov could have won. Nonetheless, though, you know what the final scorecards of this fight is. It's 50-45 for Ciryl Gane. I think Volkov wins on one. Judges' scorecards, of course, just for one round, but Gane working the knee very well. Again, going to throw this jab out there against Volkov as well with 3 minutes to go in the fight. Volkov going to try to land a really big left right here, but Gane's head movement, insane. It ducks it right away. He gets right out of danger immediately. And as long as he can do this against Ngannou, man, he's going to be tough. Going to try to tie him up here a little bit in the clinch. Didn't really show that as much in this video than we should have. Gane works the clinch very well. Of course, that Muay Thai background. Nice body kick right there. Throwing the left cross, that kind of misses for Gane. In this sequence right here, so what does Volkov do? He tries to throw the left of his own. Gane, again, dodges, gets out of any danger. That's what he does so well. And then after covering up, boom, big right to Alexander Volkov. That definitely stuns him. It's a very good end of the fight for Ciryl Gane. Of course, he wins 50-45, 50-45, and 49-46. Very good 5-round performance. That gets him the shot at the Black Beast in Houston, Texas in the main event for the interim heavyweight championship. So, undoubtedly, this is Gane's best fight. This is his best fight. he dominates Derek Lewis in this fight. Normally I'd show you like what his opponent does. Well, Derek Lewis doesn't really connect. Like, Gane gets out this fight pretty unharmed. I mean, and Lewis's game plan's simple in this one. It's almost like every Derek Lewis fight. I'm gonna try to counterpunch you, and I'm gonna try to knock you out. The thing is, Gane doesn't fall into the trap a lot of Lewis's opponents fall into, and they end up getting counterpunched. It doesn't happen, because Gane's so good at just throwing this leg kick out there. It's his front leg kick. Keeps landing repeatedly on Derek Lewis, and eventually those kicks are gonna take a toll, and eventually late in this fight, that hurts Derek Lewis. We see Lewis here setting up for a big overhand right, can't really do much with it. And it's the same exact thing. It's this repeated front leg kick from Ciryl Gane. It's so quick, and then he incorporates this push kick right here that hurts the body of Derek Lewis. You know, it takes Gane a while to even throw a punch because he's using his kicks so well. He's creating so much space between him and Lewis. Lewis can't get his offense going, and I think Derek Lewis had 2 significant strikes in the first round. I mean, look at this. Lewis trying to lean, throw a straight right, doesn't land. Gane gets out the way, gets back, throws a jab of his own. Neutralizes the offense of Derek Lewis. That jab's gonna create an overhand right here. Out of the orthodox stance, Ciryl Gane is landing, and he'll land from southpaw as well. Boom, that right doesn't really connect as much as you would like it to, but still, right about where the ear is, it connects, and Lewis is somewhat stunned from it. So again, we still got 25 seconds left in this first round. Gane out the orthodox stance, looking to land something right here. Lewis immediately thinks Gane's going high, but as you're gonna see in a second here, no, he's digging the leg kick again, and it's so quick. Lewis doesn't really do anything to respond to it. Derek Lewis hasn't been the biggest checker of kicks in his career. I mean, he just doesn't really do it all that much, but it's gonna land again and again. Those are gonna take a toll throughout the entirety of a fight. And now with 20 seconds to go, Gane's gonna throw the jab. Lewis thinks it's a poke to the eye, which it wasn't. So, you know, Mergliata's just like, keep fighting. But I mean, yeah, look at this. Lewis even points at Gane too. I get it happens. I mean, when you get punched straight in the eye, it feels like an eye poke, but it was really a punch from Gane. Now into the second round, it's more of the same. Just sticking the jab out there, working against defense. We've only got like 40 seconds left now in the second round, but it's this wonderful elbow, man. I mean, you don't see this often, but it lands on Derek Lewis. Lewis does not see it coming, and Ciryl Gane lands this tremendous elbow. And you get more separation here. What is Gane gonna do? A very nice elbow again. That back elbow connects on the temple of Derek Lewis, and we're now into the third round. This is the round where, of course, this fight does end, but Gane is still working the leg kicks. Then right after, he'll throw the push kick as well. It can't get any better than this. 2 minutes to go in the round. Gane now working the elbows. You're seeing all the different strikes Ciryl Gane has got in his repertoire, and he's throwing all of them. Again, a leg kick. It's going to land again. Derek Lewis just can't respond to all these different strikes Gane's throwing at him. Here comes the jab. Lands one more time on Derek Lewis. Then he'll throw the right. It lands again. Lewis is backed up against the fence. And that's where Ciryl Gane is the most dangerous at, because then he can pick his shots. His opponents are, somewhat flustered of what is being thrown at him. And look at this. I mean, Lewis is folded over right now. Gane's gonna throw an uppercut. It lands. He's still got 1 minute and 50 seconds left to try to finish Derek Lewis in this round. And from here, it's just a beating by Ciryl Gane. Again, the fight has only lasted for like about a minute more, but it's consistent punches from Ciryl Gane, taking a measured approach right now. The fight honestly should have been stopped right here, but Lewis will somewhat get out of it, work his way, I guess, back off of the fence. But still, I mean, this isn't a good look right here. Gane's gonna throw this really nice knee that does land on Derek Lewis as well. That right knee lands squarely on the head too. He's still got 1 minute left to go. And look at this. Gane's throwing the kick as well. You think it's a low kick. No, it's a high kick. Lewis does get his guard up, but still, it's just a very nice head kick that he throws. This is Lewis's last-ditch effort, throwing a huge haymaker overhand right. Gane knows right out the way. He'll come back. He'll throw a 1-2, land with the right back in the orthodox stance. It will fold Lewis. Lewis is now down on the ground, and it's just ground and pound from there. Ciryl Gane, and new interim champion of the world. My goodness, this man's striking is so damn good, man. I mean, I'm serious about it. The striking as Ciryl Gane is the best technical striker I have ever seen at the heavyweight division. Those were all of his fights in the UFC. The Derek Lewis fight, you saw every single significant strike that landed from Ciryl Gane. And man, am I excited for this fight on Saturday night. Ciryl Gane and Francis Ngannou, winner take all for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Something I will say though, Gane has to stay off the fence against Ngannou. Like, he has to. As long as Gane's the one pushing the pace and he's the one moving forward throughout this entire fight, I think he'll win. And like I said in my predictions video, again, if you haven't watched that video, go check it out. I talk about it more in depth just about this particular fight. But as long as Gane can get to the third round, I think he wins the fight. Like, I don't care how much of a beating he takes in the first 2, and I don't think he's going to take a beating in the first 2 rounds, because I think Gane, and I said in my prediction video, I think he's going to win every single round of this fight. I think he's going to win 50-45. If not, he'll get a finish in either the 3rd, 4th, or 5th round. But I think Gane's going to win every single round of this fight. I think it's the striking that we just saw. If we see anything that Gane did in the Derek Lewis fight, and he brings that to the Ngannou fight this weekend, I think Ciryl Gane's going to mop the floor with Francis Ngannou. And I think Francis Ngannou is one of the most talented heavyweights I've ever seen, just because of the power that man has. He's throwing kicks effectively now. Ngannou's a very good striker and a very good fighter, but I think Ciryl Gane's just a little bit better. And I think Le Bon Game is going to win the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship this weekend in Anaheim, California. And folks, thank y'all for watching this quick video here. I guess it wasn't that quick, it was 25 minutes, but still, this breakdown video about Ciryl Gane before his upcoming fight this weekend against Francis Ngannou for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. If you haven't yet, make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. If you guys do seem to like this video, I might do another one before every single pay-per-view. So next month, Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker, the rematch in Houston, Texas. So maybe we'll do a different video like this for that video for that card, for Adesanya and Whittaker. So thank you for watching. Make sure that subscribe button down below for more. And Mamba forever.